As we work through this problem, don't forget to stay a step ahead, pause when you need to, and you can even rewind. So before we start, go through and underline anything that's key to the problem. So you should have underlined the following things: heating, potassium chlorate, catalyst manganese dioxide, oxygen gas, potassium chloride, solid. Okay, so we want to decide what here is reactant, what is product, and if so, catalysts. So what are the reactants? Remember, reactants are the things that you start with. Potassium chlorate is your only reactant here. The oxygen and the potassium chloride are products. You really can use the clue words here. So it says you're heating the potassium chlorate. That indicates that you're starting with it. That's a reactant. It actually uses the word produces oxygen gas. That tells me product. Potassium chloride is left. That also tells me product. I also said heating is a catalyst, and there's another catalyst here, manganese dioxide. Okay, so you should write out, you're going to have one reactant, you'll assign two products. Don't forget, as we go through these problems, you want to think about each reactant, each product. Is it a single atom, diatomic element, ionic compound, or covalent compound? Let's start with potassium chlorate. What do you think? Well, potassium's a metal and chlorate's a polyatomic anion, so that's got to be an ionic compound. So since it's an ionic compound, what do you have to do? You've got to cross the charges. Potassium's +1, chlorate's -1. So we're going to write it out as KClO3. Now let's go to the product side. We've got oxygen gas. What category does that fall into? Diatomic element. So remember, there are 7 diatomic elements and oxygen is one of them. They get a 2 subscript. Any other just single atom from the periodic table would just be the symbol with no subscript at all. Potassium chloride, what kind is that? Ionic compound, +1, -1, so it's KCl. What do we still need to do here? Well, for one thing, we need to add the catalyst of heat, and then manganese dioxide. Manganese dioxide is kind of a weird name because manganese is a metal, so it's ionic, but then we see dioxide, which kind of makes it look a little covalent. It isn't, it's ionic, but it's just more of what we call a common name. So manganese dioxide is MnO2. Anything else? Yep, we're gonna, since it tells us right here gas and solid, we're gonna go ahead and put those in. Potassium chlorate is also a solid. If it doesn't say it in the problem though, I'm not gonna make you do it.